Once my spouse visa case is approved at USCIS and my spouse is overseas, is there anything else that has to happen? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration attorney practicing law here in St. Louis, Missouri. I ran into a young man the other day who I've known for a while. He's a physician and obviously very well educated. He married a woman overseas and decided that he wanted to apply to bring her to the United States and to get her green card. He decided to file it on his own. He didn't use an attorney, he didn't use me, didn't use our law firm. And that's certainly fine, but the thing is, he screwed up his case and he didn't even know it. Now here you have someone who's very intelligent, very well educated, obviously can read and write, can look at the rules, but he thought he could do it on his own, and God love him for trying. Now here's what happened. He filed his I-130 petition, which is the spouse visa form that you file with the Immigration Service when you have a spouse overseas. Paid the filing fee, filled out all the forms correctly, sent it into USCIS. The case was pending for about 2 or 3 months and he received an approval notice. Then he waited, and he waited, and he waited some more. In fact, he's been waiting 3 months since the approval of the USCIS petition, and he doesn't know where his wife is. I mean, he knows physically where she is. He just doesn't know why she isn't already in the United States. And I turned to him and I said, well, did you pay the fees at the National Visa Center? And he looked at me like a deer in the headlights. He had no idea what I was talking about. He had never heard of the National Visa Center. He just thought that once the case got approved by USCIS, that was the end of it and that his wife would be arriving shortly. Now, of course, if he'd watched our videos, he'd understand the process. He would understand that the approval at USCIS is only the first part of the discussion. That after USCIS approves the petition, that you have to take affirmative steps to make sure your wife or your husband gets to the United States. The way you do that is you contact the National Visa Center. Your case is forwarded from USCIS to the National Visa Center, and you should receive some kind of notification, but clearly he did not. He did not understand that he had to log in and pay the 2 fees at the National Visa Center. He didn't understand that he had to provide original documents, including the police certificate from his wife overseas. He didn't understand that there were all these things that he had to do at the National Visa Center before the case even got scheduled for an interview at the embassy. Now, I suppose conceptually he knew there would be an interview, but I think he thought that it would just go from USCIS to the embassy and that was the end of it. So obviously I counseled the man and told him what he needed to do. I also suggested that he contact us. And it's really a tragic situation. I mean, I guess in one way it's a good thing that he ran into me because he might have waited forever. I mean, what was he thinking and what was he doing not following up on it after 3 months? You think his spouse would be upset and would want to have her ticket to the United States as soon as she could. So this couple has now been separated for 3 or 4 months more than they had to be. In fact, it's going to be a little bit longer because the police certificate is still overseas with the spouse. That's one of the harder things that document-wise you have to get for the National Visa Center. We feel bad for this family and we really wish this hadn't happened. Obviously, people are free to file for immigration benefits on their own and sometimes it makes sense. But when you're dealing with something this important and this monumental, why would you waste your time and incur all the headaches and heartbreaks associated with a delay like this? It just doesn't make good sense. So now he'll gather up all of his documents, he'll go online and pay his national visa fee, although even after I explained it to him, I'm not entirely sure that he understands this part of the process. I encouraged him to come see us so that we could talk it through. And so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll get approved and his wife will be here soon. If you have questions about a spouse visa petition, if you're wondering what happens after USCIS approves the petition, you can feel free to contact us. Give us a call, 314-961-8200, or you can email me, jim@hackinglawpractice.com. Thanks.